Hi everyone, it's me, Jordan Long here, and today I want to talk about, daylight keeping time or daylight losing time. Well, they name it wrong. The whole belief behind daylight keeping time and daylight losing time was that, there was a belief, and a not between 30s or not between 40 YLs, uh, that folks were just too lazy. They just had too much time on their hands and they weren't doing enough work. So some folks in the Gavin Lawmoat thought, alright, we can turn the timer ahead during spring and summer and it'll be more daylight and the days will go slower and folks will have more time to do shit. And then they told themselves, what if we shift the timer back in fall and winter and the days go faster and then folks will have to hush. They'll have to rush and do all the shit that they thought they had time to do. Yeah, we'll stop all those lazy folks. And the bullshit is that only your reckoner timer, your far wide speaker timer will shift themselves. You still gotta shift all the other timers that don't get shifted. Get your head. Hey, Elena, are you ready for daylight losing time? I'm not bloody ready for that at all, Jordan. You think I'm happy to know that it's going to start getting dark at 5 sometime next month? No, I'm not looking forward to that bloody shit at all. Yeah, and you know what the sad thing is, Jordan says? Not all the Reichs and all the settlings have to do it. There are some Reichs and some settlings that don't have to follow this crazy Gavr law about shifting your timer ahead in spring and summer and shifting it back in fall and winter. Is that so? Well, that's bloody unfair. You need to tell me about, Elena. It is bloody unfair. And there have been folks that have been wanting to get their elder, get in the House of the Elder and the House of the Folks to make a law to undo all of that. But the sad thing is, it always seems to get beaten in one house of the Winnemalt or the other house. Either the House of the Elders say no to it, or even if the House of the Elders say yes to it, the House of the Folks say no to it. So it never gets to the forest setter for him or her to put their name on it. I mean, one day there will be a woman forest setter. But anyway, yeah, it's all bullshit anyway. Why would some folks think, Jordan, why would some folks bloody believe that there are too many lazy folks out there, and if they shift the timer ahead and give them more light, that they'll have more time to do shit, but then thought if they shift the timer back and make the day go faster, then they'll lose the daylight and then they'll have to rush and do all the shit they thought they had time to do. I don't know, Elena. Don't ask me. But there were some folks in the 4-1 Reichsgavr Lawmoat that felt that way. Or at least enough Boers that felt that way that they asked the Winnemalt to make that bill a law, and the Winnemalt thought it was a good bill, and it passed both houses of the Winnemalt, the House of the Elder and the House of the Folks, and the forest setter, whoever he was at the time, thought it was a good enough bill and wrote it into law, and now we're stuck with the bullshit. Yeah, you go tell me that. And you know, Jordan, there are other lands that don't even do it. You're right. There are some lands that don't do turn your timer ahead, turn your timer back bullshit. You're what? And what do you say about those lands that don't have to do it? Be thankful you don't have to shift your timer ahead every 4th month, and you don't be thankful you don't have to shift your timer ahead every 30th month, and you don't have to shift your timer back every 11th month. That's what I say to them. Fuck. So, if you think daylight keeping time or daylight losing time is bullshit, just like I think it's bullshit, then you're going to like this film. Alright, give this film a like, share and playlist it. and you will see me making another film later talking about how I was at Crown Jewel or Capstone. I'll see you all later.